from Confetti Land,
home of the Confetti Bar. I'm Jessica, founder and confetti artist.
And I'm Alexis, head of happiness. Join us here in this magical, colorful place where we
have fun,
feel feelings,
and encourage you to embrace your unique version of happiness and all of its beautiful, messy pieces.
We are so excited to have you join us. Hey Confetti Land, we're dreaming of disco balls and sipping pink hot cocoa because it's an extra cozy and magical moment here in Confetti Land. Welcome to our special episode filled with all kinds of holiday happiness. To make today even more special, we are absolutely delighted to have storytelling art fairy Becca Story Smith visiting us. Becca is the very talented artist who brought our adaptation of Twas the Night Before Christmas in Confetti Land to life through her beautiful and whimsical illustrations. She's a surface designer, content creator, art director, and storyteller who creates artwork for kids and kids at heart to fill the simple things in life with curiosity, wonder, and make-believe. Welcome, Becca!
Yay!
Thanks. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
I've never been on a podcast before, and I dream about it, and I'm like, this is like my dream come true.
Making dreams come true. That's what we're all about.
And I mean, you guys let me illustrate your book, so that's like 2 dreams come true.
Oh, it was meant to be. Well, it's our dream to have you here in Confetti Land visiting us.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you and welcome. So, obviously, here in Confetti Land, we like to talk a lot about celebration. So before we get into all the holiday goodness, we do have a couple of things we want to just chat about real quick. So first and foremost, something we like to ask all of our visitors here is, what does confetti mean to you?
Confetti is just like adding, I don't know, it's like the sprinkle on top of every celebration. Like, you have a celebration and it's a celebration, but it's not a real celebration until you like add the confetti, and then it's like, this is really something to like mark an occasion. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's something we're going to take pictures of. It's going to live in our memories. Like, it's a real moment when you add the confetti to the top.
Yes, I love that.
Agreed.
Sprinkles on top.
Yes. So what would you say would currently make up the confetti mix of your life?
Ooh, that's a fun question. Okay, so, I mean, my kids, absolutely, they're like at such fun, crazy ages, like chaos, but amazing, so fun. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, just like eyes open, always wondering the world. And let's think of what else. I mean, illustrating always. I'm actually illustrating my own book right now. Like, that's been like my like magic right now. It's kind of like another dream come true. I'm trying to think of what else, like just nature and everything. It's the seasons are changing. It's just magical. I feel like everything about nature is just magic. I don't know, is this like life events, or is this just like in general magical things?
Anything that you think would make up the confetti
Okay,
mix.
I will tell you one more thing. And so I've been mentoring with like one of my artists that I've been like obsessed with for years and years and years. Her name is Ann Shen, and I've spent the last 6 months mentoring with her, and it's been like a dream come true. Like, I would never ever thought that she would pick me to be one of her mentees, I guess. But she's been teaching me, and if you don't know her, look up Ann Shen. Like, she is pure magic. She's like dreams of life. And so that's been something so cool. I get to meet with her and talk to her, and she's like bringing a lot of my like my art style out. I don't know how to say, but she's really, really helping me like get to where I want to be as an illustrator, and it's been so fun and cool to work with her.
I love that.
It's a happy
Congratulations. All the happy things.
Thanks.
I love that. Okay. What are 3 things that make you happy?
3 things. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I love anything to do with like flowers and nature. Like, just nature fills me up with everything. I love anything that's childish. I don't think I ever fully grew up, so anything that like a kid would really, really enjoy, I would also really, really enjoy. Things like going to theme parks and like child's museums, and not in like a creepy way, but just like I really like, I like going with my own kids. I'm not weird. going by myself. But I love I just love all the like you think about the holidays, like all the like magical things that fill kids with wonder. Like I love all that same stuff. Like give me adults and I'm like, no, like I want to just like play and like do fun, like colorful, magical things.
Yes.
So that's something that makes me happy. And also, I mean, just my relationships in general. I have an awesome partner. I have an awesome family, and just being around the people I love fills me with joy. Did I say 3 or 2?
No, that's 3.
I said 3.
Good.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So for all things flower and nature, I have to ask, have you heard of Sister Golden Shop? Are you familiar with that?
No.
Oh my God, you need to look it up. It's a mother and daughter who own this company where the mother makes artworks out. She like forages for like nature, like leaves and anything she finds in nature. And then she like lays them out and draws like these portraits and pictures with them and then takes a picture, but then like that's it. It's only the picture. There's not like any original art. And then she like puts it back into nature. And she just like makes these like really elaborate like portraits and little like scenes and stuff. I think you'll very much enjoy it.
Sounds
That's
really
so
cool.
I just got her book where she has like a bunch of like the art and stuff in it, and it's amazing. So I think you'll like that.
Yeah, I just got my first flower press because I've been seeing people pressing flowers on social media, and it just like so I bought a flower press, and now I feel like there's no flowers left. But next year,
you're ready.
I'm gonna grow a garden and press all my flowers, and it'll be magical. And maybe I'll do something with them. Who knows?
That'll be so fun. I know it'll be like super cute and fun. Okay. All right. Now it is time to talk about all things holiday. I think the 3 of us are pretty big fans of the holidays, as evidenced by our book, which you'll definitely get to in a minute. But I need to know, I want to hear from both of you. Like, what do you think it is that makes the holiday season so special? And like, why is it such like a magical moment?
Alexis, you want to go first?
This is like, I need a minute because Jessica just sprung this on me.
I'm like, I was not prepared for this. But I don't know. There really is just like an extra layer of magic at the holidays. I think it's just like there's extra coziness. Everything just kind of seems to twinkle a little bit more. It's just such a happy time.
Indescribable.
It is. I'm speechless.
All right, Becca, what about you? What do you think makes it?
I think like my deep philosophical self. I feel like people are looking outside of themselves a lot more. Like they're like, even like the like commercials, and you're still like shopping for other people. You're thinking about other people. I think people give to charities a lot more in Christmas time, and like I think a lot of people are just like thinking outside of themselves. They're doing a little bit more than they would normally do, and I also think it like connects us as like humankind. Like not all of humankind, obviously. It's Christmas is however old, but I was thinking about this the other day because the music, like I'm listening to the same songs that like my grandparents listened to around their Christmas tree. Like there's just something like so special about that. Like it connects so many generations of people, and it brings us together in like a special way where like I'm making my grandma's cookie recipes, and I'm doing the same stuff that like generations before me have done, and like in this beautiful way that I think it brings kind of this timelessness out in society, and it's just like really lovely.
I agree.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, like I think that's part of it, right? Because I think it's so easy for us to forget, like, normally in our everyday lives, we get so caught up in everything, whether it's social media or jobs, just life in general. And so we kind of forget that, like, we do want to connect with people. We want to have, those moments with people. And for whatever reason, it seems like the holidays is like the time we actually give ourselves permission to do that for whatever reason. But I agree with you. There's just like something about it where it's like we all kind of like take a breath and we're like, this is what it's about, and it makes us feel so good. And because we feel so good, then it like spreads to everyone else. Yet for some reason it's like only captured in that season. And I think obviously we'll get to it, but like part of the point of the book, while is like just happy, whimsical, and fun, it really was that message. Like, let's not forget that this should be the feeling like all year long, even though we're talking about Christmas in Confetti Land. So I love that.
Yes. That's so good. Well, Becca, I adore seeing all of your happy projects on Instagram. You definitely know how to make occasions special. So, how do you personally infuse magic into the holiday season?
I love little like weird crafty stuff. Like you said, I have I think I don't know if it's like a disease or a gift, but I physically like cannot stop crafting and making stuff. It's like every free moment you think I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna like sit down and take a nap and like take it easy, but I'm like, oh, I have a half hour. What could I make in a half hour? And it's like a problem. And so, but I do love it. I love every like I try to like last year I dried oranges and like made like little orange garlands, and that was really fun, and like trying to find stuff like my kids can do, and like I feel like every year we travel a lot during the holidays, so it's hard to like have those traditions in our own home, but like I feel like I try to like decorate. And one fun thing that I've loved to do is, since I've had little kids, like breakable ornaments are no longer a thing, but I kind of love it because all of our ornaments now are plushies, and literally anything can be an ornament right now. So we just like find like cute little like sparkly toys and put them on the tree, and it's become like the most magical like chaotic Christmas tree ever. But it's so fun, and I hope my girls remember it, because it's just like there's like all these weird little plushy things all over the tree, and like weird like there could be like a Lego on the tree, and it's a decoration, because like I want them to be able to like interact with our tree and have fun with it. And so that's been something in the last couple of years we've done, is just like we're gonna like put the breakable stuff away for now while they're tiny, and just like let them decorate it the way they see fit. And sometimes it's chaos, but it's a beautiful chaos, and we love it.
A beautiful mess. That's what we're all about here.
Yes.
Are there other traditions that you have? Do you like have kind of the same set of things you do every single year, or do you kind of like change it up every year?
I'm trying to think. I mean, we always like just like the regular stuff, like we do the tree. We do as our family, because we always travel. We're always seeing extended family. So like with our own like little four, before we leave, New England has like this magical, and I think it's on my bucket list too, but New England has like this magical railroad that you can do the Polar Express on, and that's like our like we actually like take some of our budget for presents, and that's like our family of just the four of us, because we are so busy with all the other people, and that's like the four of us get to come together before we leave town and just like do the Polar Express, and it's so fun, and it's something super special, and that's something we've just added like a few years ago.
I love that. I love having like, especially like, we can get into it, and I want to hear Alexis's traditions too, but it's fun like when you have like a few different things. And I definitely come from a family where like there's kind of a number of traditions, but I kind of love when there's just like a very small amount of like super special ones. So I love that you kind of have that one thing that's like just for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Alexis, I know you and Confetti Carla and Disco David must have some holiday traditions. I can picture it now. Lay it on me.
We do the things. So growing up, we always went and cut down a Christmas tree at the Christmas tree farm, which was super fun. Now, did my brother and I always get along when we were doing that? No, but we did always agree that we had to find the tallest tree that Mom and Dad would let us get. So that was good. And then we would usually take the tree home. The boys would prep it, and then Mom and I would be baking homemade gingerbread cookies. And so that's fun. I feel like more recently we've watched It's a Wonderful Life on Christmas Eve. That's become a tradition.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, George! Merry Christmas, movie house!
And now, Mom, don't listen to this part. But they always let us open up one gift on Christmas Eve, and it is always, but my mom would say, you never know, this year it could change. It's always Christmas PJs. And so, and it's so funny to me because they did not start out matching, but the older that we have gotten, they have been matching. So that's been a hoot.
That is epic.
I love that. I can
So
picture
funny.
it now. I demand pictures of these matching PJs this year, okay?
All right, we'll get right on that.
Okay, perfect. I'll be waiting.
did you share your traditions, Jessica?
Oh, I will share them. In my family, it's really like it's changed. So like we had like a set of traditions when I was like little, but now like that we're older and like we have our own kids and stuff, they've kind of changed. But like when I was little, we did the same thing. We used to go and cut down a tree. It was the first Saturday in December. We would go and we would cut down a real tree, and it was like a production. You know, I had to have the hot cocoa in the little Dunkin' Donuts 90s thermos, and then my mom and dad would have a little bit of brandy that they would bring. So we would do that. When I was younger, my mom used to cook like a bunch of Christmas cookies, and it was like kind of our tradition that like as she was cooking them, my dad would like go over and like hug her and like distract her, and my brother and I would like sneak cookies, and like of course she knew what we were doing, but like we had to make like a big production out of it.
Genius.
What else? We always so my mom's side of the family is like Italian, and when I was younger, like there were a lot of aunts and uncles and stuff. So on Christmas Eve, it was always like the big Italian, like Christmas Eve of the 7 fishes or whatever it is. So, you know, there's just like all the fish you could imagine, you know, crabs and shrimp and eel and like all this kind of stuff. So that was always like a really big deal. Now as we've gotten older, now that we like have our own kids and things have kind of changed, I think like our most consistent thing that we do lately is like Christmas brunch is now like our thing. Brunch is like my favorite meal to ever make. So I'm like, I want Christmas brunch because to me, you get like all the good foods like in one shot. So we do that. And then Home Alone is usually what we'll watch like on Christmas Day. And it's like much more low key now because we don't like have as much of a big family. So it's kind of nice that it's kind of like slowed down, especially like, so our daughter and then my brother and his wife, their daughter is only 6 months younger than ours. So like they're really close in age. So it's been kind of fun to like start new traditions now that they're younger. But yeah, that's kind of what we do.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
I love it.
So fun. Wait, I have one more that I just thought of because it's fun. Really, it's like the most random thing in the whole world. So my dad, when he was younger, lived in Korea for a little while. And I don't know how this became a thing. But on Christmas Eve, I think it's because my parents didn't want to have to worry about like cleaning the house and didn't want to have to worry about like one more thing that goes along with Christmas. So every year on Christmas Eve, our whole family goes to like the local Korean restaurant and orders like endless amounts of Korean food. And we all, like, and it probably helps us sleep at night too on Christmas Eve because we all eat so much Korean food that like we can't even think straight. And then we get to come home to like our house doesn't have to like be cleaned up or anything. We get to come home and like do our like little Christmas Eve traditions, but it's so random. But like
I love it.
every Christmas Eve and they expect us. Like if we were like not show up on Christmas Eve, they'd be so sad.
Worried.
Like they wouldn't know what to do.
Like, wait,
Oh my
They'd be so worried.
gosh.
I love that.
That is
So
fun.
that's something super random, but so fun.
That
Yes.
is fun. And that's nice that you like get to kind of, like you said, come home to a clean house and just like get right into Christmas.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Yep.
Amazing. Well, shall we talk about the book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, we adapted Twas the Night Before Christmas, obviously had to set it in Confetti Land. And kind of how this idea came about is that in my day job, I help out with their social media, and one of the guys that also helps was like, I'm going to do a Twas the Night Before Christmas, but, you know, make it relate to our camp. And I was like, I should do that for the Confetti Bar.
Light bulb.
And light bulb. And so I talked to Jessica about it, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. And then, was it after Christmas that you were like,
Yeah.
what, should we turn this into a book?
Yeah, so I think it was, we did it like a couple Christmases ago. And so we did it as just like a fun social media thing. I think we even did like a little video with you kind of reading the story.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was after Christmas, and I did because it's always been a thing for me, like to make a children's book. And, you know, I majored in English. I started in book publishing, like books and writing and stuff has always been kind of a part of my life. So I was like, this seems like the perfect opportunity to do a children's book. Like it just was right there and perfect. So I think it was like early 2022. So it was like February, I think, that we hired you, Becca, and I'll let Alexis tell us the little kismet story of how that happened. But we started like early 2022, and then by that holiday is when we released it. So I'll let Alexis tell the story since it was her connection of how we even found Becca in the first place.
Yes, so my precious sister by love also does some illustrations, and so we reached out to her and we're like, would you have time to do this? And she was like, I don't know that I would. My plate's really full, but I have the person for you. And I was like, yes, please, because Irene, we need you. And so she was like, my friend Becca. And so connected us, and literally so perfect.
It was. I think it was you did like the sketch illustrations for Confetti Claus is kind of like the little test. And I remember when Alexis and I saw them, like we barely even had to glance at them. We were like, yes, like it's happening. Like I don't even care the details, like whatever, like it's happening. Becca is the one to illustrate this book. So
yes, I'm so glad you reached out to me too, because my daughter was only like 8 weeks old at the time, and in my mind I was like planning this like longer maternity leave, and then you guys called me and you told me the story, and I was like, forget maternity leave, this book is happening, and I was like so excited about it, and we made it work, and it was fine. We got like, but it was so fun, and I'm so excited. I'm so like happy I did it. It was just like so much fun to work with you guys.
We're so happy that you did, because I literally don't think that anyone else could have pulled it off. And it was like a quick turnaround. So like I said, we hired you, I think, at the end of February. I think we had the final files, and like we went to print in like July. And I remember it was like kind of stressful because so we self-published and, had them printed overseas. And it was like a whole big thing about like, when are they going to come in time? And like I was trying to plan like for the launch, and like, are they even going to be in by the holidays and the estimates? And I remember it was like a really kind of tight turnaround, and it was like we couldn't actually announce when. Like we put the book on pre-order, but it was like it'll be in sometime this holiday season, but we didn't know when. And we were anticipating like October. They actually came in much earlier in like mid-September. And then we were able to start shipping them, I think, in October, and we made like our official pub date. I think it was October 1st. So it was a fast and wild ride, but I think it all came together, and, I couldn't be happier with how it looks and how it feels. It's obviously available on our website, theconfettibar.com, as well as Amazon. And as Alexis said, it's a twist on Twas the Night Before Christmas in Confetti Land. So our little blurb is that Christmas in Confetti Land is, of course, super magical. It's filled with celebration, sparkles, and lots of wonderful color. A confetti-fied twist on an old classic, this is the whimsical tale of Confetti Claus and the true magic of spreading joy all year long.
It's so happy.
It is so happy. And you managed to get sparkles on the cover, which is the best, like one of my absolute favorite parts. We printed it quick, but like they still got the sparkles, which is
there was no sacrificing the sparkles from the very beginning. I was like, this needs to have sparkles on it. That was like one of the deciding factors in like our final printer. It was like, you can't do sparkles? Sorry, we have to move on.
Nope. Yes. And really big shout out to you, Jessica, for keeping us on track and getting this thing done, because it was crazy, but you did it.
I tried. It was fun. I was honestly like, it was a lot. And I remember even like just trying to find a printer and stuff. And we talked, with Lindsay Cadigan a bit about this, how we were sort of book friends, publishing our books at the same time. And so between like all of our mutual connections and everything we were learning, we ended up finding the right printer. But I remember there were like a bunch of printers overseas, and they were like wanted to chat on what's that, like WhatsApp or whatever. I don't even use it. I had to like download it, and they're like video chatting me from China and like showing me around the warehouse, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening right now. But it was a crazy wild ride, but it ended up working out really well, and we found a really great printer.
Yes.
So it worked out. But I am excited. Yes. There should be more books in the future. No firm ETA, but I think there will be more. So stay tuned for that.
Please.
Yes, we've already locked in Becca saying whatever books we do, you need to illustrate them. So hopefully,
yes,
I like dying to draw more Confetti Claus. I love her.
She's so fun.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, your art is literal magic. Like Jessica and I talk often about how we just really want to be able to jump in the pages like they do in the chalk drawings in Mary Poppins, so that we could live in your drawings of Confetti Land. What was the process like for creating Confetti Land and Confetti Claus?
I'm trying to remember back. I mean, I was like I said, I just had a baby like 8 weeks before, and then it was a quick turnaround. It's like, I'm like, my mom brain was probably running. Like, it's amazing that this book even is illustrated, like, and it's coherent. I'm like looking through, like remembering, but no, it was really fun because I feel like it's just like color and magic. And I remember using my daughter was at like my older daughter was like 2.5 or 3 at the time, and I used her as reference all the time. Like, she was like always jumping and running around the house and being like her super magical self, and I was like, she is like the embodiment, like the sunshine that comes out of her is like confetti closet. So I always remember like taking pictures of her, and like, and I just, and yeah, the process was like, I gave you guys a bunch of like sketch options for, I remember like confetti closet, you guys immediately, like, you both agreed on one, and I'm so happy with one we picked. I'm still like, maybe this holiday will happen. I really want to make her skirt in real life.
Yes.
But so then
Yes.
one of us needs to do it at some point. And so yeah, then I did sketches, and I think like the little town was so fun. Like, you guys had your vision of kind of Confetti Land, like this little kind of like small town, but it's also magical. It's like a combination of the North Pole, but also like the most magical place ever. I don't know. Not that the North Pole isn't the most magical place ever, but
They have some competition.
I don't know. It's like the combination of like the North Pole and colorful confetti. Because normally it's like red and white. Christmas is only like red and white, but this is like bringing the rainbow to the North Pole. That's a good one. But yeah, so I just had fun, like just imagining what this world would be like, and imagining this like really magical character that just like brings confetti and joy to the world.
I love it. Did you say, I know this is probably hard, but like, was there one thing that was like your favorite thing to draw? Like, was it Confetti Claus? Was it the town, or anything in particular?
I'm trying to think. No, I'm looking through it again. I'm going to keep looking through this book because I'm like, I mean, I loved, like, you guys had a really fantastic description in the book. Let me read it because it's fantastic. She was tall and merry with a bit of pink. I'm pretty sure I even saw her wink, with rainbows for eyes and stars on her feet. Like, oh, and she has an iridescent smile. Like, that description of her, like, I read that and I was so excited. Like, her rainbow eyes were so much fun to design. And then, I don't know, like, I really liked making like this, I don't even know how to describe the page with the Ferris wheel on it. That like this one is like, this is like where she lives, and like kind of coming up with this like magical land where she kind of dwells and creates confetti. And and I feel like I liked the whole process, and I loved like I was trying to figure out the best way to like illustrate the confetti, because you guys have confetti as such a huge part of your brand, and I feel like I kept trying to finish illustration like processes, and then I was like, I'm just gonna photograph their actual confetti, because nothing I illustrated was like quite as magical as like you guys' actual confetti. So I remember one day I just like got out like big white sheets of paper and my nice camera, and I just like spread confetti everywhere and was just photographing it all day long. And then I added all those photographs on top of the illustrations, and I like love the effect it has. It was really, really like fun touch.
Yes, no, it's perfect, and I love that. As you said, like obviously it's our signature, so to have that like physically represented, but then having like the illustrated accents around it, I think is just perfect.
Yes, it's so good. How do you want people to feel whenever they open up the book?
Like wonder and transported to just a really, really like happy, joyful, magical place.
Well, you did it.
Agree.
So
yes, mission accomplished.
Thanks.
All right, I know you talked about a few things, and you definitely mentioned like almost every single favorite part of my book, from like the glitter on the cover, and then the use of like overlaying the actual photo confetti, her rainbow eyes, like literally that was like on my list. But I do wonder, like for both of you, so I have this question for Alexis too, like what is your favorite part of the book? And it can be either part of the content or like the physical attributes of the book itself. Alexis, I'm looking at you first.
All right. I mean, since everything is a cop-out, I will say that I love that the fun doesn't end with the ending of the story. I love the activity page. So we asked you to create some fun activity pages that could be enjoyed by all the readers. And I love the confetti factory and the maze and filling up the bag with confetti. So I just think that that's like an extra hit of magic at the end.
Yes, it's fun, interactive. That was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
Fun doesn't have to stop. It just keeps going.
I'm trying to think of my favorite part. I mean, the glitter really is so fun. But I think my favorite, like, it's so hard. I like so much of it. Like, I just love everything. It's a toss-up. Okay, I'm going to say two things because I can't choose one.
That's okay.
I love this spread, the first opening spread that says "Twas the Night Before Christmas," because I think it was actually the first page I fully illustrated, and it was just, like, the sky, like, every part of this whole village is rainbow, which is, like, just like pink and sparkly and purple and iridescent, and like the snow is iridescent. Like, I love just like exploring this town and like thinking like what would the like this town look like, and like the fact that they have iridescent snow and they have pink Christmas trees growing out of the ground and just like random things that were so much fun to explore. And I second part, I think I said, but like I really love her skirt. That's probably like I really want to make it, because it was funny because I found on Etsy, I should give credit where credit's due, I found on Etsy this was a Christmas tree skirt you could buy, and I wish I knew the person who made it. So it was made of like yarn pom-poms, and I was like looking for Christmas references, and they had a Christmas tree skirt made of these like big yarn pom-poms all underneath this tree, and I was like, that would be so fun for this book. And I was going to put it in the book as something else, and I thought about for like her actual skirt that she wears, and it turned out really fun, and I really want to make a physical version of it.
Yes,
I know you will.
Please
Even
do.
if not this year, I know it'll happen, and it'll be the best day ever.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Okay, two things we haven't talked about, because I agree with everything. Like, I mean, I love the whole book, truly, from cover to cover. But I especially love like the words that are like embellished. So like if it says rainbow, like the actual word is rainbow, and like confetti and stuff like that. Like I think that's just such a fun extra touch and makes it like really enjoyable to read even as an adult. And then my other really favorite part is the custom pattern for the end pages, and we made it into wrapping paper, and I use it just about everywhere I can because I love it, because I just feel like it just captures all of like the little moments that are throughout the book, and it's just so fun to look at, and it's like a wonderful I Spy Where's Waldo of Confetti Land.
Yeah, my daughter, who's 1 now, she was like the one who had just been born when she found the book, she opened it up and she was looking at the end pages, and she was like, and she just learned to talk, so it's really fun. Like, and so she's pointing, she said house, like, and she was pointing to the different things, and she knows penguin. She pointed at the penguin and went waddle waddle waddle, and I was like making me so happy.
Yes.
Like she was just like pointing to all the little tiny things, and it was fun for her. So that was fun to see.
That is so fun. Oh, I have one more thing of favorites.
Yes.
I know we've talked about confetti claws, but I love the other people in the book too. Jessica surprised me because she asked Becca to model the characters after us, which was so fun. Plus, I love like the people of Confetti Land that are like in her confetti factory in this story. So they're really fun too.
They are really fun. Yes, Alexis is our little girl who meets confetti claws, and then there's a page with little baby Emmy Joy, and then Cliff and I in our bed, mom and pop in their PJs. And it was really fun. And I remember we had the conversation for like the big spread in Confetti Land where it has all the people and it's talking about like spreading kindness and joy like all year. But we were really intentional about like, not only do we want to represent like a bunch of different people, but also like characters. So there is a penguin and a narwhal and a snowman, and we just wanted to feel like really inclusive, really like diverse in all the different personalities and creatures you might find in Confetti Land. So that was really fun.
Yes.
The whole thing. And I know Becca mentioned it, but like I really want to draw attention to the Confetti Land, and like I still like to this day vividly remember when we got on that call and you were explaining like your vision of how the confetti was made and how it like goes in these little buckets and then it like goes down the tree and there's all these little mix-ins that come out of the thing. It was like a whole like factory feel, and it's just so perfect, and I just love it all so much.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Okay. I know we could talk about this book forever and always, and we probably will even some more, but I think it's a good time to switch gears, and I think it would be really fun to share with our confetti people our holiday bucket list. So we've compiled 10 items that we think everyone should do, not only this holiday season, but every holiday season. And so we each have contributed a few ideas, so I think it would be a good time to go through those. What do you think?
Let's do it. Want to kick us off?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Number 1, I think that everyone should listen to Sia's Every Day is Christmas holiday album. It is my absolute favorite Christmas album. I think even like, I don't know if every single year, but many years, like she'll kind of release 1 or 2 like extra tracks. So it just like kind of keeps growing into this like deluxe album. But it's just
cool.
so fun. Like it's such a mixture of different songs, and like I love it. And I think everyone should listen to it. So if you haven't, go do it.
Christmas is waiting for you. Candy cane lane, bring a friend this holiday. Bring a friend who loves to play. We'll eat all the candy canes. Oh, candy canes.
That's a really good one. Number 2 on our holiday bucket list is decorate a live Christmas tree. So I talked about one of our traditions being getting a live Christmas tree, and I just love like the smell of it and the whole experience. And so that's always on my holiday bucket list.
That's a good one too. And obviously, like we were the same. We always used to get like a really big live tree. But Cliff and I have even been talking like for Emmy, like we get her like a little baby live tree that she could like have that was all her own. So that might be fun too.
So mine is Ride on the Polar Express. I know I talked about it, but just like we do it at the beginning of the Christmas season, it just like sets the stage, and it's just. I think a lot of towns do it. I think it's not like just my town does it, but like it's just so fun to just like ride on a magic train.
That's fun. So like what it like is it? I assume is it at night? Like do you wear your PJs? Do they serve hot cocoa? Like that? Those are all the things I'm envisioning.
So you wear your PJs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like in this place called the Blackstone Valley. So I'm going on a tangent. You can cut it out if you want.
I love it.
So the author of the Polar Express is like book illustrators. The author and illustrator of the Polar Express is actually from Rhode Island, which is where I'm at. And so for the movie he wrote this. I mean for the movie they wrote this train as like inspiration, and they also as they were creating like they came to like this particular railroad to like set to like do this across the country. So now I think there's Polar Expresses all over the country, but this was like the first one, and like all the producers and the author and like everyone like came and like sat on this train, and they like modeled the whole thing after this train. And so it's just like extra magic because he's from here, and you like really feel the spirit of like Christmas. And it's just fun because Santa Claus comes on the car. You have like an elf on your little train that like sings you songs for the ride, and you get cookies and hot chocolate, and they sing the hot chocolate song, and they like dance, and they bring you hot chocolate and cookies, and it's just like, and they play all the music, and it always makes me cry, and I'm like a sucker for that kind of stuff. But it's just so fun, and yeah, you wear your jammies. It's seriously the funnest thing.
Sounds so good. I feel like I've heard people talk about it, and maybe it's an Emmy Joy thing now that
you should go. I'm telling you, we're like hooked on it now, so we can't not go.
Okay, it's on the list. We got it.
Ooh, we got it! Hey, we got it! Yay, we got it! Oh, we got it! So we got it! Yo, we got it!
All right, number 4, I would be remiss if I did not suggest to fill a clear ornament with confetti. I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, but I do think it is just like the perfect ornament. You can put whatever colors or, style you want in there. You can personalize it for people. You can put a bunch of them on the tree, and it just is so fun. And it is that little reminder to celebrate extra during the holidays.
Can attest that they are extra fun.
They're fun for kids to make too. My daughter last year at the launch party was just like covered in glitter and confetti, but it was I'm like discouraging people now because they're like, oh no, that's not messy.
We're
It
embracing
was like
beautiful messes
seriously
here.
so
That's
cool.
what we're about.
Yes, it's so fun. Like she had so much fun, and she like would carry it around with her ever. She kept taking it off the tree and like carrying it around the house. I finally had like put it high up on the tree. I'm like, we're losing all the confetti because you keep opening it up and wanting to take like all the confetti out. It was fun.
It's fun for everyone.
So sweet. Next on my bucket list is wink wink, wear those new Christmas pajamas.
It's a good one. You can wear them on the Polar Express. Okay, we can hit 2 in 1.
Yes. And last year's pajamas were Polar Express pajamas, so I'm extra ready.
You are. You gotta look into that.
Yes. Do they have that in Tennessee? Somebody tell me.
My next one is a snuggly Christmas movie night, which can also go with wearing your new jammies. Like,
pairs well.
You can like just pick whatever movies you want to pick and just snuggle up with all your loved ones and turn on the movies and stay up as late as you possibly want and eat all the Christmas goodies you want because it doesn't count on Christmas snuggly movie night.
Yes.
Course. Okay, I don't want to derail us too much, but I feel like this is the perfect time to ask, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
It's too hard. I feel like I don't know if it's controversial. It's so old. I love White Christmas. It's just like so like quintessential. The songs like bring me like happiness. Like the like little town in Vermont they go to. Like it's just I think it's Vermont, and it's just like so. Like because of that movie, I've been dreaming of going to Vermont like my whole life, and now I'm finally taking a trip to Vermont this year. So I'm very excited. But I love the dancing and the singing, and it's just like this like timeless like beautiful. Classic movie.
I love it. Cliff is from Vermont.
The costumes.
So he'll be happy to hear that.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
Alexis, what about you? What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Probably It's a Wonderful Life, but I really loved Spirited this last year that came out. I feel like it's a new classic.
Yes.
No, that one was fantastic.
Yes.
I also really enjoyed Noel. Well, Noel is probably like one of my newer favorites. But Home Alone, I know it's as silly as it is, but that one just makes me laugh so much. And we'd watched it ever since we were kids. We had like the VHS of it, and I can like picture it. So that's just like one that's like my comfort. Like it's so good. But I honestly like watching all of them. The Santa Claus is also a really fun one for me. I like all the 90s ones.
I love Elf. I feel like Elf could be an honorary member of Confetti Land.
Yes, definitely.
100%.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
There's so many. We do try and like rotate through like as many of them as possible during the holidays, but yeah, Home Alone is like top tier. Okay.
I will say Miracle on 34th Street is a good one to watch like on Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving because it like takes you from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So big fan of that as well.
Yeah.
Do you like the black and white one or like the 1990s one?
I think that which one do we watch? Now I'm questioning everything.
I usually watch the one from the 90s because it's the one I watched as a kid, but the black and white one's cute too.
I think it might be the black and white one. Now I'm gonna have to go look and see.
She's like, I don't even know. She's like, I'm just so in it.
The newer one has like
so in it. She doesn't.
It has like the little girl from Matilda in it. It's cute.
Okay. I haven't seen that one. Then
Oh, you should watch that one this year. It's also really cute.
Okay, I will do it.
Muppet Christmas Carol is also another one that
yes.
I really enjoy.
Oh my gosh, me and my husband talk about this every year. This is the most underrated.
It's the best Christmas Carol, like bar none.
By far. And he was making fun of me. Okay, he made fun of me so much because I could not stop talking about Muppet. And I was like, sit down and watch it. Like, I was like, you're watching it. And he was like so grumpy about it. And then by the end, he's like, you're right. That was the best version of that movie I've ever seen.
It is so good.
Well, young man, you have been apprenticed to a fine company in London. Today, you become a man of business. It is the American way.
Sam, it's just
Oh, it is the British way.
good.
Okay, I can't believe I forgot to tell you guys about Santa's magic toy bag. Like, this is like such a story from my childhood that like spans to now. Okay, so when we were little, my mom recorded like off the TV, like on VHS, there was like this, it's like a 20-minute special that was called Santa's Magic Toy Bag. And I think it was like Jim Henson or like the same studio or something. I don't know. I'll have to ask Cliff. He knows all the like background about it. But it was like a little like puppetry kind of show. And it was about like this elf who like kept trying to like work in the North Pole, but he kept messing up and they kept like moving him to like different areas and stuff like that. And then he was like tasked with taking care of Santa's toy bag and he ends up shrinking it. And then like the whole thing he learns like it's the magic of Christmas and yada yada. But it was my favorite thing to watch as a kid. And then my brother, who is 2 years older, and during his teenage years went through a phase where he was really into wrestling and he would record on VHS tapes all sorts of wrestling shows. Oh no. And he recorded over this video, which was like, you couldn't find it anywhere else. It wasn't like released anywhere. And he recorded over it. And for years, it was like the running like thing in our family that he like recorded over this super special show for me. And then it was, I don't even know how many years ago at this point, but we were like into adulthood. And there was one year and like, they sat me down and they're like, we have a surprise for you. And like, he brought me downstairs and they put it on and like, it started playing. And I guess what happened is like, for years, he would like scour like YouTube and the internet. And like, he was trying to find it. And he eventually found it like on YouTube. And so he sent it to Cliff and he was like, I found this, like, is there any way we can get it? And somehow or another, like Cliff ended up contacting like the person who uploaded it. And it ended up being someone who was like related somehow to like the person who created it. And he ended up living in Connecticut, like down the street from where Cliff worked at the time. And so he like burnt him a DVD of it. And so like now we have this copy. And I think since it has been released online, but like we have this super special like burnt DVD copy that was like, you know, from the original. So that's my story of Santa's Magic Toy Bag.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
So cool.
Okay, just needed to share that.
Oh no, I did it again. I'm sorry, Mrs. Claus. I just wanted them to be special, that's all.
Oh, that's all right, Sherman. It was a nice try. And how are you supposed to know that you don't bake candy canes?
Does that go for gumdrops too?
You didn't.
They're done.
Okay, I know there are more that'll probably come to me, so I apologize in advance if I interrupt the rest of our chat with Christmas movies. But. Okay, number 7, to decorate a gingerbread house, I think is obviously fun for many reasons because you basically get to design your own little confetti-like magical place made of all the sugar and all the candy. I will say, like, when we were younger, my mom used to like actually make like the gingerbread house pieces and like the full thing, but in a pinch, like for parties and stuff, we used to just do like the little graham cracker houses. So that's like a more easily accessible way to do it quickly.
That's fun.
And it smells so good.
Yes.
Okay, do you eat your gingerbread houses? Are they purely for decoration?
I usually leave them up, but now I have kids and they eat them for me. So my kids actually just eat all the decorations as I'm making the gingerbread house, and I go to decorate. I'm like, wait, where'd all the candy go? And I
Just
still
a plain house.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I feel like we never really used to like eat them.
Yeah. Same here. We eat the cookies, but yeah.
Yeah. We did a couple of years ago we had a gingerbread making party as like me, my brother, my husband, my sister-in-law, like as adults, and that went off the rails pretty quickly. So But it was fun. It was fun. I will
sounds
say that.
epic.
But there was like a sleigh crash, and okay.
Do we have photos of this?
There are photos.
Yes.
We'll have to dig them up. Okay, Alexis, you can see them. I'll trade you those pictures for your Christmas pajama pictures.
Yes.
You've got a deal. Number 8 on our holiday bucket list is go Christmas light hunting. I am a sucker for like string lights. I love that those are a thing like throughout the year. But oh my goodness, when you've got some rooftops lined with Christmas lights, I'm a big fan. So you could just go to a neighborhood, then also some have light hunting, light shows and things. But question for y'all, are y'all like colored light people or like the soft white?
Hot debate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely like the soft white, which is funny because I'm colorful in every other aspect of my life, but it's like so classic. And Jessica, I'm sure you get this up here too, but like up here in New England, they do the candles in the window, and I will like cry driving around neighborhoods because it's so beautiful because you get to see, because I didn't grow up here, so like that was like an adult thing, but like the candles that everyone puts in their windows, and they're just like this soft flickering light, and then if they have the lights on their houses, it matches, and it just feels, it's like twinkly and just like makes my heart melt.
Yes,
Mhm.
100%. And it's funny because I'm kind of the same way. Like I do prefer white lights for as colorful as I am and how much I love color. But I feel like I like white lights. So this is a big like hot thing in our house. Like Cliff grew up with colored lights on his tree. I grew up with white lights, and so it was always a debate. So what we have is we have a tree. We do use a fake tree now because Emmy's small and it's just too much hassle with the pine needles and everything. So we do have a fake tree right now. But we have the lights where like you can do white or you could do colored, or it'll like fade into each other. So it'll like go from white to colored. So like we kind of, depending on who's in the room and who like turns on the lights, you never know what you're going to get, but we sort of have meshed them. I will suggest to anyone who is in a relationship, and this is a hot topic, definitely invest in the lights that change to both because it is a very, very good thing.
That's a really good solution.
So it'll change how we do it, but I love looking at lights too, and I think it's always so fun to just like see how different people decorate. And I do love like a really classically decorated house, like Becca was saying, like candles in the windows and like white lights and garlands and stuff like that. But like as I do get older, I really do appreciate like the just all out madness of like every inflatable you could think of, like all different color lights that are like flickering at different times and just like everything. Like, it does do a little something to me about it. That's just, it's happy, even though it's chaotic, and I do enjoy it.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so number 9 on our list is to bake cookies for Santa, including a few for myself as well. But, like, I don't know, I've never grown out of the tradition of, like, putting out cookies for Santa at night. Like, I love it. Like, I feel like that's, like, my favorite memories with, like, my mom and my sisters and my brother, as we just, like, would all come together. And maybe this is why we go to Korean food, is because we made such a big mess making cookies before. But, like, we just would, like, all come together and we'd have, like, a big baking cookie. And now I force all my adult siblings, like, we're doing the cookie party, like, every year. And, like, we all come together and they're probably, like, rolling their eyes like, Becca, like, we are old. Like, but, like, I'm like, we have to bake cookies, and we, like, set out the plate for Santa and we have to decorate it. And it's magical, and it's so, like, I just, like, I don't even care what kind of cookies they are. Like, they could be chocolate chip, they could be sugar cookie with, like, the decorations, which is so fun. Like, get the cookie cutters. Like, my mom still has the cookie cutters from when we were kids, and we, like, pull out the bin, and it, like, still has the same cookie cutters we use. We still make all the same shapes, and it's just, like, fun to bring back those memories, and, like, my whole family always does it, and sorry, because I forced you guys to do this, but it's very, very fun.
Yes, I know. I feel like we could have, like, literally a whole episode just about Christmas cookies and all the different kinds and recipes and all that. I can't even go down that road right now because I'm hungry and now already want cookies. Love Actually is another movie, so that one.
Oh, yes.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. I feel it in my toes, yeah.
There's also The Holiday, which is like low-key
Yes.
Christmas movie, but I love it.
Yes.
Sorry, I know I
Yes.
couldn't help myself.
As soon as you said Love Actually, I was about to say The Holiday, so I'm glad that you said it, Becca.
Those are like a good double feature. Like
Yes.
if you're into like a rom-com and watch
Uh-huh.
all the Hallmark movies, you're a little hard. Like I watch a lot of Hallmark movies in my free time on Christmas.
Yes.
It's like a thing. That's the thing. I see there's like a whole, like the Hallmark store like has a whole like Christmas movie section with like the PJs and the popcorn bowl and like there's a whole thing.
Wow. I know where I'm going this Christmas.
Okay. Number 10 is to make some pink hot chocolate. Because why not? Why wouldn't you make pink hot chocolate at Christmas?
Yes.
That's
How do we
obviously
find
the
your
specialty.
recipe, Jessica?
Well, you know, you could go to theconfettibar.com. I'm sure there's a recipe on there for some homemade vegan pink hot chocolate, which is the
And I
signature
know it's
drink
delicious.
of Confetti Claus in Confetti Land. So, you know.
There's a pink hot chocolate stand in the
there
book.
is.
Mhm.
Because that's just what happens in Confetti Land. So, go make some pink hot
And I've
chocolate.
tried it, and it's delicious. I can attest. It is absolutely
Subtle.
delicious
It's
hot
like-
chocolate.
Subtle, like with strawberries and some coconut milk. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that was a good list of 10. I think we all now need to commit to this list and make a little pact
Okay.
that we're going to do all these things this year.
I say yes.
I'm in.
I'm in. Alrighty, Becca. Are you ready for what is coming next?
I have no idea what's coming next, so I can't tell you. But I'm here, and I'm.
She doesn't know if she's ready.
Be ready.
Okay.
So, just a little fun thing. This is called our super silly segment. We love alliteration around here. And just for fun, we're going to ask you a few random, more like rapid fire style questions. You don't have to think much about your answers. Just give us your unfiltered thoughts. We'll just kind of bounce back and forth.
Okay.
All right.
Ready as I'll ever
It is
be.
a holiday edition, so, you know, it's a very
Yes.
special,
Okay.
super silly segment.
Yes.
Okay.
If you had to live in a holiday movie, which one would you choose?
The Polar Express.
Oh, solid.
It's a good one. Do you put up your tree before or after Thanksgiving?
Before.
Peppermint or gingerbread?
Gingerbread.
That's a tough one. I think I would go peppermint. Sorry, I'm gonna pop in with my thoughts here.
Yes, please.
Would you rather wash your hair with cranberry sauce or wash your hair with mashed potatoes and gravy?
Ooh. I'm trying to think about it. Probably cranberry sauce. I wouldn't, because I feel like I would attract weird beasts with my hair smelling like gravy. I don't know.
Alexis, how about you? I think you have some thoughts on this.
I'm crying. Jessica puts these questions in, and sometimes I'll read some of them, but I really like surprising myself so that I'm actually truly giggling because I haven't read these.
I really enjoy it too. I like to surprise Alexis with these questions.
It is so fun. But I think my answer is cranberry sauce. I think I could go for like a little holiday tint in my hair with that.
Yeah, might add some cute pinkness to your hair.
Yeah.
That feels like a good one. I think it'd be refreshing.
Oh my gosh. If you had to design an ugly Christmas sweater, what would it look like?
Oh my goodness. It would be like so much sparkles. It would have lights on it.
Ooh.
It would be, I think it would have like little emblems of every holiday movie I love. And also cookies. So many cookies.
Yes.
It would be like, maybe it could be a pattern, like holiday movie emblem, cookie. Holiday movie emblem, different cookie.
Yes.
Holiday movie, different cookie. Like I can make a pattern of this. And then the sleeves would be really poofy because I'm really into poofy sleeves right now. Like so poofy sleeves, like almost a little too poofy.
Uh-huh.
And then like so glittery.
Yes.
And lights. Don't forget the lights.
Would the cookies be real
I
cookies
actually
that like
want
you could eat,
this.
almost like a candy necklace, where you could just like kind of snack on your sweater?
Ooh. That sounds pretty epic. But then you have to bake new cookies every time you want to wear the sweater.
Keeps them in your pockets. You have to have a cookie pocket.
You'd be like a walking like dessert tray.
Yes.
Like, here, would you like a cookie?
Full of cookies.
Pull it off my sweater.
I think that would be amazing. Okay. If you didn't have any wrapping paper but had to wrap something right this second, what around you currently would you use to wrap that present?
Oh,
it's funny I got wrapping paper.
Okay,
right
that's
there.
cheating.
But I will choose something else. Let's see. I have lots of fabric. I would use fabric. Fabrics is like sustainable. I have like my fabric studio over there. So I've actually had people give me presents, which is funny because I have so much fabric, who give me presents in like fancy like wrapped up fabric, which I don't know how to do, but I could learn. And it's then you can reuse the
new
fabric
project for this year.
Yes. Yes.
I would have to use the show notes. You'd all be getting wrap presents that have our holiday bucket list and these super silly questions.
Yes.
I mean, that would be pretty fun too. Like a little activity with your wrapping paper.
Yes.
Pretty fun.
That's actually a genius idea. You should do like activity page coloring paper. Kids would love it.
Look at all the ideas we're getting here, guys.
Wow. Wow. I love it. If Santa's sleigh wasn't pulled by reindeer, what animal do you think would be a good substitute?
I was gonna say koalas for some reason because I've been like in a koala position. I'm like, I don't think they can fly.
Might have to extend Christmas a little bit. I feel like that'd be a little slow.
Yeah, they're pretty slow.
Maybe
like an actual cool answer would be like a phoenix or something. Like that was like probably like a smarter answer. Like,
no, we love the first. We love the first impression answer, the true answer.
Koalas. 12 beautiful koalas. It's an Australian Christmas.
With like Santa or Confetti Claus's magical like Christmas magic, I'm sure they can speed them up. It's fine.
Go a little faster.
Yeah.
They could ride like little eucalyptus leaves like a broomstick.
Just be snacking on, and they got a snack too. See, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, if you found that Christmas dinner was falling from the sky, what food would you want to be falling?
Christmas dinner. Probably mashed potatoes. I love, not in my hair, but I do love to eat mashed potatoes a lot.
Not to be confused with
Used
shampoo.
to, like my mom, yes, my mom makes like, when I come into town, my mom like has to double her mashed potato recipe because I eat so many mashed potatoes at my mom's like holiday dinners.
It's a good one.
It's my favorite. It's like my favorite holiday meal. I love
That's
it.
a good one. I could go for some mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato rain. You know,
That's
just
good.
open your mouth and get like a nice little buttery bite of potatoes.
That'd be yummy. I dig it. I think I would have to go with like baked French toast for my Christmas brunch. That's a good one. It's my favorite. Okay.
All the rolls for me.
We always end up talking about food. Alexis, why do we do this to ourselves?
I don't know. And I haven't learned to like stock some like really good desserts for me to eat after this. So I need to work on that.
Well, now you need it.
Oh. Have you ever had a Christmas tree fall over?
I feel like I did one time. I'm trying to remember. I've only had, and then this is like, I might not, like, I've only had a live tree once. And because it wasn't a part of my family tradition, and like I said, we travel all Christmas, so it would just die at our house anyways. So, but in me and my husband's apartment one year, we're like, let's do a live tree. And we had no idea what we're doing. Like, neither of our parents ever had live trees. Like, that's just not a part of our family. But so we like got one and like no idea what we're doing, and like it kept drying up, and I was like, what am I doing now? I like had to like refill it every day. I like didn't know what I was doing, and it was like such a mess. And I feel like I woke up in the middle of the night to this giant crash, and I honestly thought someone was breaking into our apartment. Go check who's here. And my husband like walks out, and our tree was just like over, and like pine needles everywhere. We had no idea what we're doing. We're like novices at live trees, and I really wish I had live trees because they're so beautiful. But That was my one experience with live tree, and it fell over and terrified me, and
ruined it.
I didn't want to take
She
care
doesn't
of
want
it.
to
So.
try again.
She said,
No, I
nope.
like your idea, Jessica, of like a mini live tree.
Yeah,
like I
a
could cut
little
the
one.
top off of a live tree
Yeah,
and just have
baby
like
one.
a tiny one. Maybe I could keep it alive.
Little baby one.
Yes.
We did have a tree fall over one year. We had a lot of live trees. Like in my whole childhood, like growing up, we had live trees, and my mom liked like the tallest one we could fit in the house. But only once did it actually fall over. And she was just like sobbing in the corner. And we're like trying to pick. Cause she has like a lot of like vintage ornaments, and like she collects like Christopher Radko ornaments and stuff like that. It just like went over, and we like to tease her about it now. But at the time, it wasn't funny. But now we can laugh about it. Yeah. Okay. What is the best thing to put in or on hot chocolate?
I like almond extract. That's really good. Like a little bit of almondy flavor. I sometimes like if I go to like Starbucks, sometimes I have little pumpy things. Like get hot chocolate and like pump some almond in there. Really, really yummy. And then you could put like, you can do your whipped cream and do like a little almond sprinkles on top. It's like an amaretto hot chocolate.
Sounds so
to
good.
Try that this year. I love like almond flavoring in like cookies and stuff, but I've never thought to put it in hot chocolate. But now that needs to be a thing.
All right, last of our silly questions. What do you think Confetti Claus does in the off season?
Ooh. Well, I'm hoping you guys are just gonna write more books and let us know. But
maybe you'll spark an idea here.
Yeah, we're just fishing for ideas.
This is how books are made, people, on podcasts.
Yep.
I feel like she's spreading confetti for other things. Like she's going around like when people like maybe when I'm trying to think of like really exciting things, which I can't, like maybe she's going to kids' birthday parties. Maybe she's like a birthday party fairy, and like she visits and sprinkles their house with confetti when they have birthday parties, or like office celebrations. I don't know. She doesn't have to be limited to kids. Like when people get promotions, she just like appears and like pops confetti and he like goes away. Like she's just like the bearer of like good news. She just like pops around to other people's houses, and then maybe she knits sweaters when she relaxes too.
I can see it.
And makes pom-pom skirts. Maybe she has pom-pom skirts in every single color.
She does. Yes. Maybe she does. Well, because if she does happen to celebrate other holidays in Confetti Land, I imagine she has to change her outfit a little bit for each holiday. So yeah.
So she's got to make all of her beautiful outfits.
Yeah. I can see it. Well, thank you for indulging us in those questions, and
that was fun.
Thank you for joining us in general. Before we wrap up here, I have one last question. What is one Christmas wish you have this year?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I wish that. I don't know. That's self-serving. I feel like I'm like a self-serving wish. I was like, do I do a selfish wish, which is like for everyone to have just like a beautiful year next year and like not have anyone get hurt and not have anyone be like happy. That's like my, like just people stay safe and stay kind and like nothing bad happen to people I know. I don't know, like that's like a very like dramatic wish, but I also really want, I mean, that's two wishes. I guess I can't make another one, but I just want I want my book to get published. Like, so I'm writing a book right now. I've written it and I'm illustrating it right now because you guys inspired me. You guys gave me the tools I needed to have the courage to do my own book. So I really, really want it to get like published and the world to see it. And so that's like my personal selfish Christmas wish.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna chat about it. I want to hear more
Christmas
about
wish.
it.
That's not selfish.
No, because it'll bring joy to other people. It's not selfish.
I hope so.
Yes.
Okay, I can't wait to hear more about it and see it. And
yes.
Okay, all right, we're gonna talk more about
I'll
that.
tell you a tease. I thought about a tease.
Yeah,
way to tease it. It's flowers and fairy tales and fashion.
I love it already.
Yes. I'm like,
So,
I'll buy the
that's
first
your
copy.
tease.
I don't even know. I don't need to know more. Say less.
Put our name on the list.
I love it. Ooh, we will definitely be following along and hoping and wishing that we get to see more soon. And I know all of our confetti people are going to be waiting as well.
Yes. So where can they find you to see all these updates?
So you can find me on Instagram. My handle is The Story Smith. Or it might be Becca Story Smith. I changed it once, so I'm sorry. It's Becca Story Smith on. I can't remember, guys. Like I don't even know my
Story
Instagram.
Smith.
It's The Story Smith. Okay.
Oh,
The Story Smith, guys. I don't even know what a business person I am. Okay, it's The Story Smith on Instagram, and my website is beccastorysmith.com. That's why I got it mixed up. I couldn't remember which one was which.
yes.
But yes, my website is beccastorysmith.com. My Instagram is The Story Smith. And on my Instagram, I have like a link to like all other links you might find of anything I make. My Etsy, my Spoonflower, like all the other things I illustrate. So, but yeah.
I love it. And I have to say, this isn't holiday related. Well, it's not Christmas related, but the Halloween pants that you designed, I think it was last year, maybe it was the year before, that I bought for my daughter, like, she wants to wear them every single day of the year, and whenever she wants to wear them I let her wear them, but she is like obsessed with them, and I'm glad that I got them like a little bit bigger because like they could still grow with her for quite a bit, but she loves them.
That's so good.
Just wanted you to know
Aw, thanks. I love making clothes. Well, I love making patterns that go on clothes. Making clothes is a struggle. I'm really not great at sewing, but
designing them, you got
I try.
Yes.
I like to design clothes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
As our one final little send-off, it is that time to pop our confetti poppers. So we are all ready here. I'm going to give us a little countdown. Are we ready? You want to take off your tops?
Ready.
That
Yes.
sounded very bad.
Is that how it works? I don't know how these work,
Yes.
guys. This is my first ever confetti popper.
Okay, here we go. 1,
What an honor.
2, 3.
I feel like I should say Merry Christmas with
I
that.
feel like mine
Merry Christmas. Merry Confetti Christmas.
Yes.
It's so magical.
All the magic.
Well, thank you again so much for joining us. We certainly hope this won't be your last
Yes.
visit to Confetti Land. But it was such a blast to have you, and we can't wait to celebrate all of the holiday magic this year.
Thank you for having me. This was like so much funner than I even dreamed it would be, and I knew it'd be fun, but this was awesome. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
You guys rock. It's like a reunion.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Until next time.
Happy confetti to all, and to all a good night.
For more fun, join us on the socials at the Confetti Bar. To receive free inspiration delivered to your inbox, you can also join the Confetti Club at theconfettibar.com/join. Thanks for visiting!
How do reindeer fly? They don't have any wings.
Fairy dust?
That's from Peter Pan, Dad.
Horns?
Antlers.
Whatever. Their antlers give them, there's a slipstream effect. The air if they move fast, they're weightless.